I feel like I gotta brace myself for this one. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Track Talk Podcast. We are your hosts, Emma and Hannah, and all we have to say today is that Lando Norris is a Formula One race winner. I feel like Boston of my audio levels right now.
Oh no, you're
Screaming.
good with your audio levels. We can end the episode there. That's it. That's all we had to talk about. Lando Norris.
I am floored. I'm floored.
I
knew he could do it, but I didn't know it was going to happen so soon.
No, absolutely not.
And you could say so soon. It's his 110th race start. Mm-hmm. It's the Max Verstappen era of dominance right now. Mm-hmm. I didn't think until Red Bull showed a decline in car performance that this was going to happen.
Well, he kind of did this weekend.
And he did this weekend.
He was struggling during the sprint race. He was not doing his best during qualifying. Like, even he was surprised he qualified P1.
Yeah.
I think it was during sprint.
Yeah, he did say that.
Because
for the race too. He said he was sliding all over the place. Like, he got P1 and that's great, but he always, is very humble about it, especially because he's won so much, and he just said, wasn't really happy with the lap. We're sliding all over the place. He said it's the same thing that happened last year. He said it was hard to through sector 3 and then into the next lap into sector 1. It was really difficult for him to catch grip. So he qualified P1. Yeah. And he had a great race start too.
He had a great race. And so I thought this race was Max's, but it was just the timing of strategy. Both safety cars. Yeah. It was a strategy. McLaren was just on the better strategy. And honestly, we're jumping way ahead of ourselves. This is not a chronological order.
We can't even talk about the sprint though. Like the sprint, we could say who won, but it doesn't even matter right now.
Max won.
Max won.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
This is the.
But I will say, okay, I do want to talk about the sprint.
Okay.
I want to talk about the beginning of the sprint when it was the collision with Lewis, Alonso, Lance, and Lando.
Okay, you talk about it because I actually wasn't able to watch the sprint this weekend.
Okay. There's a lot of people saying that it was Lewis's fault. A lot of people saying that it was Alonso's fault. But Lewis had taken the inside and I would say Lewis had pushed Fernando towards Lance, and then Alonso did have contact with Lance, which then made Lance have contact with Lando. Both Lance and Lando, their races were done after that.
Okay, so this is where I saw the Taylor Swift quote. It's going to happen for every Aston Martin collision.
I'm an Aston Martin
that you
pushed right into Lando Norris or whatever, yeah. Or you steered right into Lando Norris,
yeah.
Not Lance's fault for this one. It was either Alonso or Hamilton. I'm going to say, please don't come at me, I'm going to say it was Hamilton's fault. I don't think he had enough room to take the inside, and he 100%, in my opinion, did push Fernando towards his teammate.
So you're saying Lewis into Fernando into Lance into Lando.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Nandos.
I know. But there was no penalty given.
Okay.
So it was seen as a racing incident.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, that happens.
It happened today in the race as well.
Yeah.
I would say the stewards were pretty let's let him race this weekend. Except for K-Mag. And Lance
K-Mag, that's a whole other thing.
That's
a whole other thing. But Fernando wanted there to be a penalty. Fernando had some interesting things to say in the media following that.
Yeah, it's his thoughts and feelings on the matter, but interesting thing to say after. For those of you who are unaware, he said that he felt that he was being discriminated against by the FIA because he's Spanish.
Yes. But that happened first lap of the sprint. Lance and Lando were both out. K-Mags during the sprint was playing the ultimate team game.
Okay, so he's done this. This is not the first time.
I know. And I keep seeing everything on social media just saying K-Mags is just platonically in love with Nico Hülkenberg and will do anything for him.
Which is bonkers because we didn't even know if they were going to be they were enemies.
I
we didn't even know if they were going to be good teammates.
But so he was playing the ultimate defensive game against Lewis, which also shocked me because I'm like, how can Lewis not pass
I know.
Haas, which is a whole other thing. So I think I think K-Mags ended up getting 20 seconds in penalties.
Okay, so
for sprint.
So he was holding up drivers, or what was he doing?
Holding up Lewis, and was over when he was
there a blue flag? Was he?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
It was Lewis would go to make a pass, and K-Mags completely took went off the racing line and quote unquote gain an advantage.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Just totally not fair racing. You can like you can admit like what K-Migs was doing was definitely not allowed.
Okay.
And this happened a few times during the sprint.
But he just kept doing it, kept racking up the penalty points, or minutes, seconds.
Yeah.
Because Nico Hülkenberg was in front of him?
A few places ahead of him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Do you know how many drivers he was holding up?
Definitely Lewis. Like, Lewis was the one that was, like, right behind him during this whole portion of the race. Eventually, he did finally make it through, I want to say. Oh, no. He did make it through because during one of these incidents, they were battling, and then through goes Yuki, and we're like, now Yuki's ahead of both of them. And it was a lot. Oh, wait. It's saying Lewis finished 16th in the sprint now. What am I missing? I thought he finished higher up. Hold up. Okay, I was right. He did finish ahead, but then he was faced with a 20-second speeding penalty after speeding in the pit lane, which dropped him down to, like, the very, very, like, he ended up finishing 16th. So he had finished 8th and then dropped down to 16th. So Magnussen received 2 10-second penalties and a 5-second penalty, one for leaving the track, gaining an advantage, and another for a dangerous maneuver that pushed Lewis off the track. And then we saw, like, the same thing today with K-Migs' penalties. Like, what happened? He got 2 more. One, it was a 10-second penalty. I don't know what. I'm so sorry. But then he didn't serve it correctly, so then he got another 10-second penalty.
Oh, okay.
So...
Did they touch the car too soon?
Yeah.
Okay. I did, yeah. I had a night last night.
Did you go out?
No, actually. Quite the opposite. I was on Zoom with Mac Loves Motorsport and Offie on Track.
Oh, right.
Talking about 500 prep for 3.5 hours almost. And then I forgot that I had a staff meeting this morning, super, super early. But my sister woke me up in the middle of the night. So anyway, I'm freaking exhausted. This is all to say that I fell asleep with eight laps between like lap 48 and lap 57. I fell asleep.
57 was the last lap.
And 57, yes. Okay. I woke up right as he was crossing the finish line. So, yeah, I'm like a little out of it in terms of like penalties and stuff. But what I did see, this was interesting. So this must have been after the sprint. Andrea Stella, team principal of McLaren, he said he's calling for like exponential points. So like consecutive penalty points. Penalty second. Oh my gosh. Andrea Stella is calling for harsher penalties is what this says. So this one's...
Bro, they already are giving harsher penalties.
Okay,
they changed it. Okay.
This is from Formula Racers. Okay. But it was a direct quote. And it said they should be exponential. Meaning meaning like instead of just like a 5 and a 5 and a 5, we go from a 5 to like a 10 to like a 20 to like a 40.
Oh,
like
so it's not... Okay.
They get
gradually
more intense because otherwise, really, what is stopping a driver from doing what K-Migs is doing? So he said they should be exponential. Maybe you need to spend a weekend at home with your family reflecting on your sportsmanship, then go back. It's completely unacceptable. So, and I get it where he's coming from because if you're already at 20 seconds in penalties, your race is done. Like you're screwed.
So you might as well screw up the people behind you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like what's stopping you?
Nothing.
So I think that this is something that the FIA could revisit. I don't know if they can like revisit that mid-season. It would probably have to be an end of the season thing. But yeah, because this is not the first time K-Migs has done it. And this time it was like, I mean, it's Lewis Hamilton. It's against Lewis Hamilton mostly. So like Mercedes has a big voice and even obviously McLaren CEO's upset about it or team principal's upset about it. So
I think the penalty from the race though was from... texted me. He's in Japan right now. Sorry, I'm just a girl.
Keep that in and bleep it out. Who texted you?
I gotta go and do not disturb. So sorry. It's a 14-hour time difference. Okay, I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, the penalty I want to say today was when he hit Logan.
Yes.
And so it wasn't like he was doing something on purpose.
Yeah.
But then the 10 seconds afterwards from not touching the car, like Kevin is literally just racking. And that's what I said to the group chat. That's what I said. I was like, does he know that penalty points are not driver championship points? Like what? Like it's just going to keep racking up.
points against his license.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Hey?
He's getting like 1 or 2 each time this happens.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got to be up there.
Near Pierre Gasly level at this point.
I think Pierre Gasly is now. I think Miami, honestly, was like when he was like
he went down. Yeah.
From Miami
2023. Look, there was potential for some like Alpine on Alpine violence today, but
He's
been okay. He's been okay.
It was. Oh, first of all, props to Esteban Ocon for getting a point.
Yeah.
We didn't think that day would come. Way to go. I was okay because it was Gasly and Ocon wheel to wheel for way too long.
Oh, I know.
Like, they just, honestly, Travis Kelce was in the garage. They just wanted to show off for him. They wanted to be the favorite driver. Yeah, that's the vibe I was getting.
That's the vibe I got too. But like,
guys,
baby girl, you're gonna ruin the entire team's race here. Yeah. They don't care.
Travis,
we know this.
He's gonna pull out of this sponsorship. Like,
oh, Travis and Patrick are like talking to each other in the corner, and they're like,
"What the fuck did we do?
Did you see that? Did you see that green team? I might be looking for someone." I don't know.
The green team with now less points than Alpine.
But no, Travis was in fully green today,
that
so
is fair.
That's just why I said
you didn't
that.
Get the memo. No Taylor Swift in the paddock. We were really, really confident she would show.
Oh my god, we were really, really. I thought that's
because Jack said it. Jack teased it in one of like the interviews that he was like teased Taylor Swift showing up.
I thought that we were gonna
never believe in Australia ever again.
Look, I didn't even think that Travis was going to be there because he was fully at the Kentucky Derby yesterday, which totally normal or like doable to hop on a flight from Kentucky. I don't even fucking know
where Kentucky is.
I
don't know where Kentucky is.
I don't know. I mean, it's south, and also so is Florida, so it's probably not that bad of a flight.
I don't know. Someone tell us how long the flight is.
We're Canadian.
I could tell you our city to Vancouver, our city to Halifax. I could tell you all that. Could not tell you any flight times
Kentucky
in the States.
to Florida? Yeah, no. But I don't think it's very long because they're both southern. So, anyways.
But he was there.
People thought that he was going to be there yesterday, and then all of a sudden it was like him at the Derby. Also, you're going to like this TikTok. This is kind of like off the rails. That's what we do here, though. I saw a TikTok that was like, it had the Capitol music, like from the Hunger Games, and it was like, you can't tell me that the Kentucky Derby is not just the Capitol. I have to show you. You're going to die.
Okay.
Yeah, Joseph was there, Santino was there, and Alexander Rossi was there. So I always listen to Off Track with Hinch and Rossi, and this past week they were talking about how Alex was going to the Derby and James was going to be in Florida. And I guess a couple of years ago they had gone to the Derby together, and like Alex had got a whole like head to toe outfit because you can't just like go to the Kentucky Derby in your everyday outfit, right?
No, so it's like dressed to the nines.
So James was like, "Are you gonna wear like your pink blazer?" Because he has like a pink blazer, and Alex was like, "I think I might reuse some of the things I wore to the Derby a few years ago." And then James was like, "Well, then if you're wearing that on Friday, I'll wear pink on the Sky Sports broadcast." And he did.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Did Alex wear his pink blazer?
Alex wore his.
They are best friends.
Okay.
Bro, Kentucky Derby is literally giving Capitol vibes. Like that is, those hats? How do you see anything?
I gotta get there one day.
Why?
Because I want to wear one of those hats.
Hannah needs an upgrade from the baseball caps.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Give me feathers. Just give me like this on the side and the roses.
Like that's actually the Capitol.
Yeah, I know.
That's funny.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but right back to Formula One.
What the fuck was Checo's start?
Oh,
what did restart?
Did he jump it? Did he get a penalty for that?
I didn't get a penalty for that. Okay. But I didn't see that he jumped it, but he just...
Because I missed the start. I got off work right at 3. I missed the start.
He just completely... Okay, do you ever... Okay, this is how I see it. You ever driving... and you realize that you need to take the turn that's coming up on like 3 lanes over. And so you're just like, fuck, I'm sorry. And you just go. Like, that's what he did.
Okay, so no. But
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I know you.
Guys, I got into a car accident.
Yeah.
Not because of this. Not because of...
No.
But you know when it's just like... It's like... Okay, it's like that... I don't even know.
I know what you mean.
Okay, but
I just personally... No. I'll just like keep going and then turn around. But I also have a clean driving record.
I did have a clean driving record, okay? I did. It was so good. It was so clean. I'm sorry. I got yelled at.
I was going to say, did you cry?
I held it together.
You did?
Because, listen, I took responsibility. I was like, I know I rear-ended someone. It's my fault. I took responsibility. It was a guy that was driving around my age. His mom was in the passenger seat. The guy was like fine about it. He was like, we have insurance for a reason. The mom screaming at me. Screaming at me.
Yeah.
And so I held it together. I was like, can we just go into the parking lot, exchange information? We have insurance. Everything's fine. And so as we get into the parking lot... Wait,
did you say that to her? Because I could see her getting like way more pissed.
Well, because I just wanted to... It was one lane of traffic. And I was like, can we move somewhere else?
I totally get it.
And so I was like, we can exchange information. Like, we're just holding up traffic now. And so we move into the parking lot. And she's still screaming at me. She's like, why would you do this? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, actually screaming at me. And I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. She's like, well, obviously you didn't do it on purpose. Otherwise, that'd be a crime. And I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on. And I held it together until they left. And then I sat in my car and I cried. And then I texted my boss saying I was going to be late for work because I had to go home and cry. And she was like,
did you go to the office that day?
I did.
Oh, wow.
But like I was like 2 hours late.
I don't think I would have gone in the office.
I was crying.
I don't work in an office, but
I work in an office. Anyway, that was my story. Isn't it just so funny that I love race cars. I love watching races. I love motorsports so much. I hate cars. I hate driving. I hate them.
Emma hates driving.
I hate driving. I hate everything to do with cars.
I just hate paying for things to do with my car.
I hate cars. I hate cars.
I don't want to spend $500 on to fix my alternator. I don't even know. I want to spend $500 on a flight or a race weekend. Right. I don't want to buy anything for my car.
No, not even gas.
Not even gas. We should have. Wait, what? If you guys are listening and you feel so inclined, I want you to guess what Emma and I both drive. I just feel like that could be funny.
Yeah.
Like, what are we giving?
Yeah. What do we give? What do you think we drive? If you know us, you can't guess. That's illegal.
Yes.
But, well, not illegal. Sorry, we are... We're not here today.
I'm delusional because I'm so tired.
Lando won a race. That's all we care about. Tell us what you think we drive, please.
This could be funny.
I think what we drive very much matches our personalities.
Yeah.
Is your car clean on the inside?
Yeah.
Mine's not.
I already knew that.
My license plate is on my floor.
What?
It fell off.
Oh my god.
What am I supposed to do about it?
No. It's actually so funny because Emma and Boston had their own room in thermal, and I had my own room.
Oh, yeah, we're messy, okay?
No, but like, I know there was 2 people in there. Like a bomb went off. Is Boston also messy?
No, I think it's me.
I think it was.
I'm pretty sure it was 90% me.
Sure
and Boston, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that. I will be better in Indianapolis, maybe not, but I will do my best.
The funny part is that I posted on my. I don't want to see your room. Carla told me because I posted on my story something about. It was a picture of me actually near a mirror, and I was like, in this house we ignore Emma and Boston's messy room. And Carla, your roommate, responded and was like, in my house, we also ignore Emma's messy room.
There are times when she shuts my door if it's too messy for her to deal with.
I think I would too.
I have other things to do, like sleep.
Okay, but read. Do you not feel like it's a representation? Okay, this might be loaded. It's a representation of your mental state? I'm
on medication, so yeah, like I'm.
Because like if I'm busy and I'm struggling and I have lots of shit going on in my life, my room's a mess. But most of the time, it's like pretty pristine because
my room is always a mess. My whole life is a mess. I don't know what's going on ever.
Do you think you could ever subscribe to clean girl aesthetic?
Like, no. Do you? Okay, no. No, nothing about me screams clean girl aesthetic. Like nothing.
We did the best F1 race of the past 2 years, and this is what we're choosing to talk about.
Anyway, yeah. Checo completely just across the traffic.
Okay. Didn't hit anybody.
He almost took out Max. Like 100% almost took out Max. It was so wild. And then that's when Oscar got ahead throughout the chaos. He just was like, I'm avoiding this at all costs, and just zoomed on past. So he was in third for a hot minute, while Charles was in second. But then Oscar overtook Charles, and then Charles was within DRS for so long, but could not get that position back at all. Yeah. And I want to say Oscar was doing a really, really good job at keeping up with Max. It took a while for Max to extend that gap a little bit. So for a while we were all like, guys, this could be Oscar's podium. He's doing something this race.
Yeah, I thought Oscar was going to be on the podium, to be honest. He was having a race.
And honestly, he could have. I feel bad.
I feel bad too.
But then Max. See, okay, I had rewind, whatever. I went back to watch. I can't say that word. to watch something else, and then I went to live again, and all of a sudden Max is sitting at freaking cone. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I did.
And I was like, what? Yeah. This is not world championship material. Like, what's going on here?
No, I don't think Max was.
He was.
We know he was having a day. Like he really wasn't in his best form, but he was really happy for Lando.
Oh my god, no! I wrote down what he said at the end. He was like, "It's not his last win. Like he definitely deserves to stay." Like he was so proud of Lando. But yeah, so that's when he hit the cone or something. The virtual safety car came out, and some drivers benefited because of the virtual safety car. They could dip into the pits, not lose as much time. But Max didn't benefit from it.
No, he did not.
He was like on the other side of the track when it happened, and then it ended before he got to the pits. And I was like, I just thought that was really funny.
Yeah, and then he did pit, and I think he came out and he was running in like 6th, I believe. And it really wasn't too long after that when K-Megs hit. That was lap 27, I think.
Yep. Something like that. Like halfway point,
I have it written down. Yeah, lap 27. Also, so I was so tired that I wasn't writing my notes. I was speaking them into my phone. Dude, I'm going to say it exactly how it's said on my phone.
Okay.
Lap 27, Sergeant NK Meg off. Okay, next
That's accurate.
NK Meg off. Yes, okay. Next one. Lando hasn't pet, so he gets a free pet stuff with max 20 seconds behind.
He gets a free pet stuff.
He gets free pet stuff.
Doesn't even have a pet.
What? Yeah, I think that was the two that. Oh yeah. I'm immediately thinking, is this the day that Lotta wins? Who the hell is Lotta?
Carlotta? Like, is that...
That's Checo's
wife.
Lap 27, we get the full safety car.
And Lando was one of the only drivers that, like, hadn't pit at that point.
What was your problem with the safety car? Because you texted in the group chat, and you were like, safety car, what the fuck?
Bro,
and I'm like,
when the safety car came out, it was in front of Max, who was in second.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't in front of Lando, who had dove into the pits. Lando was ahead of the safety car.
Okay, yes.
And I was like, what?
I didn't know what you were talking about because you're like, safety car, what the fuck? And I was like, Emma, like, there's a full barrier to repair here. Obviously, there's a safety car.
No, I understand there was supposed to be a safety car, but I thought it was so funny that the safety car just went to Max.
Okay.
And was like, and so I was, so
it's just like, it's a habit.
I know. And so there was like a 30-second gap between like Max and Lando because the whole safety car went to the wrong place. And then at that point we were like, could Lando do it?
Yes.
But then by the time the safety car actually went to where it was supposed to be, there was like a 12-second gap, dropped down to like the normal gaps in safety cars. So it's like within DRS pretty much.
It was about a 1.2. So not within DRS, but pretty damn close. So so Lando, like, immediately, the second the safety car comes out, I'm like, holy shit. Like, I didn't say it. We didn't say it.
We couldn't say it.
We couldn't say it.
We couldn't say it.
I even posted on our story we weren't going to say it.
We can't say it. We have a
But I almost said it. Like, this safety car is giving Lando the best opportunity to win of any car on the grid right now.
And there were still quite a few laps left.
I know. There was, so the safety car actually lasted about 8 laps.
Yeah.
Or 7 laps. So they restarted at lap 34 of 57.
So there's still 20 laps left, and we're like,
I know.
This could happen, but also Max.
Also, it's Max.
It's Max.
Like, no problem. 20 laps, Max has a 1.2 second gap.
So I don't know.
No problem.
You know what? It was because Lando had the advantage on the newer tires. Like, that's the only reason why he got off the way he did.
Max was struggling. Like he said, he was struggling with the grip all weekend. He wasn't gaining at all near the end. He dropped from 1.2, then he was at 2.5.
It was like a 7-second gap by the end of it.
Yeah.
But Lando, listen, he is such a good driver to keep Max out of DRS. To all of you who were thinking that he is not, or that he's overrated. That he's overrated. He's not overrated. Are you kidding me?
I just, that, you know, that what the video got lots of engagement. People are, it's a polarizing take. People are either really like gung-ho that like, yes, he is a great driver and it's just not his time yet. And then people were like, are you freaking kidding me? 110 race starts and he's only managed 8 P2s. Here's my thing. How much better can you do than P2 in the Max Verstappen dominance era?
Especially with the McLarens not being strong stronger. Like, they haven't been able to compete against the Mercedes, the Ferraris, the Red Bulls since Lando's joined McLaren. Right. It was only last year where they kind of showed that they had the potential.
Halfway through the season.
Like,
it wasn't even a full season.
12 years. In 12 years, they had one win. That was Danny Rick.
Yeah.
That's it. So, like, you can't be shitting on Lando right now.
Does Zach get a tattoo?
Does Zach? I don't. Okay, but
I thought of this. He did it once, but
he did it once because like Danny was like, you have to. But Lando doesn't even have any tattoos, so it doesn't make sense for Zach.
Not that we know of, but there was a whole tattoo game in the summer.
I was
in the
very
winter.
much part of that.
You were part of tattoo game.
I thought he had a tattoo. I was convinced.
I bet you he does.
100% Lando has a tattoo.
Yeah.
Something so
He seems like the type to get a tattoo on his ass. Sorry.
Yes, I agree. What? I don't know.
It's the McLaren speed mark.
Anyway,
for legal reasons,
this is a joke. This is all a joke. Oscar and Carlos.
Oh my god,
bro, they hate each other.
Okay. Like, I don't even know if they hate each other as much as Oscar fucking hates Carlos.
Okay,
did you say Charles or Carlos?
No, I said Carlos.
Okay, I wasn't.
I think. I don't know. We'll go back.
It's okay. It's Oscar and Carlos.
Oscar, but he's so calm. But he's so calm, and that what kills me. Listen, like I've said it before. I don't know about Hannah. Maybe she's changed her mind. But like, I'm not like someone who's actively rooting for Oscar, but I'm also not actively rooting for like Carlos. So like, this is just entertaining for me. Truly,
I love watching Oscar and listening to his radio messages because he always has like, it's just a normal thing to say, but the way he says it is hilarious, and he's unintentionally funny.
Yep.
Like, just last year, I'm just thinking of the radio message when he's talking about Carlos taking up or being in the middle of the track, and he's like, classic signs, middle of the track, and I'm like, wait, like, that's hilarious.
It's just his thoughts that he doesn't need to say them, but they just come out. It's just funny.
Because he's so monotone,
it's so funny.
They're so funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And so, they were battling. It was elbows out today with them, and there was a point where Piastri, I guess to Carlos, it looked like Piastri had overtaken off the track. He didn't, but Carlos was so determined on the radio.
Carlos wins the radio message of the day, which that's a fan behavior thing, but like, that was like, too good.
Just tell Oscar to give the spot back. Like, he'll avoid the penalty. Just give the spot back, and then
like side deal.
Literally,
like Ferrari was gonna radio over to McLaren and be like,
okay, yeah, because that's what he said.
He doesn't have to go this far if you just give the penalty back or give the place back.
It's like, what? just focus on racing. What are you doing?
Well,
like,
so then his engineer
and then Oscar
comes back on. Okay,
was it? Oh no, sorry, go.
Well, I'm getting a little ahead. Sorry, you go.
Well, it was Oscar's radio engineer. Like, Oscar's engineer comes to the radio and says like, Ferrari wants you to give the spot back. We don't believe you would have gotten a penalty. Don't give the spot back. Yeah. And then in that second, the message pops up on race control saying no further investigation. Yeah. So like, could you imagine if Oscar had given that spot back?
No, that would have been so dumb. You don't do anything unless the FIA tells you.
So what is Carlos? You're not FIA. You can't be making these calls.
I know, but this is a Ferrari thing where they'll be like, and that's a penalty for Mr. Russell. Yeah. And then Carlos is making side deals trying to get his place back. So funny. Well, that wasn't the last time they came together, though, because...
No, because then they actually did collide, and Oscar had some really bad front wing damage that he had to go into the pit, and that ruined his race. And I felt so bad, because he was having such a good race. It would have been so nice to see both McLarens, like, up there.
Yeah. So that's when Carlos... his engineer came back on his radio. I don't even know what he said. He was like, "Leave me alone, Ricky. Leave me alone." It's like,
he's pissed.
Okay.
He's mad.
Okay.
Like, me too. I say that when I'm mad.
He was worried. So at first he was like, "Car's okay," and then he did radio back in and was like, "Can you check?" I don't even remember what he asked them to check, but he did seem to have some issues after that. Carlos ended up finishing
pretty high up still.
Yeah, Carlos ended up finishing in 4th. So nothing like too bad. I just want to say that...
Oh my god, Yuki Tsunoda finished ahead of George Russell. How did I not catch that?
I don't think I got
That's 6 points for Yuki. I love that. Good job, Yuki. Good job.
I just want to say that as of right now, in the constructors, Red Bull Racing has 237 points.
Correct.
Ferrari has 189.
Yeah, they're catching up.
Like, we could see a real fight for the constructors.
Maybe.
No, like... seriously, I'm being serious. This is something that is probably going to happen because Checo is just
not performing.
Checo's just, I don't know. Yeah. Checo finished, like he's P2 in driver standings right now, but not by much. Charles only is
3 points behind.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Even today, Checo finished 5th.
Lando's 83 points. Carlos is 85. Like, I'm in my Lando era.
No, we're going to
right
have
now.
a great, like, points race this season, I think.
I think so. Well, already this is 2 races Max has not won.
Out of 7.
Compared to last year,
I know,
where he was
like,
just pure Max dominance.
I know. That's how I was thinking. I'm like, okay, we're probably getting ahead of ourselves here. But maybe this is not an entire...
We are fed by delusion, though.
We are
allowed to get ahead of ourselves.
We might be called out for being gossipy, but whatever.
By my dad. Sorry, Dad.
But, like, this might not be the seasons that we've seen the past 3 years. Max might still win, but we might get, like...
These races are so...
more races like this.
so entertaining, though.
Yeah.
Like, they've all been pretty good.
Yeah.
Last year, I was bored.
Last year, oh my God.
I was so bored.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch.
So, I'm pretty pumped about where we stand after... This was our 7th... Our 8th...
5th race?
No, not 5th. This is our 6th round, and Max has won 4 races of those.
Congratulations, Max.
And 2 sprints.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. 2 sprints. Carlos won. Lando won. Charles has only won 5 races.
Really? I would have said it was more than that.
Right? I heard on the broadcast that Charles is a 5-time race winner, but I thought it was more.
I thought it was more as well.
Maybe I heard it wrong. Leclerc has won 5 races and attained 23 pole positions in Formula 1.
Shut up.
5 races? Why do I feel like that's not right?
That doesn't feel right.
It feels because it seems like he's won more.
No, it's because Charles is a pole sitter by nature.
That's true.
And just Well, actually, Monaco's coming up in a few weeks. And that's always it's always an interesting one to watch. Mind you, we are going to be at the Indy 500. So watching the Monaco Grand Prix is going to be tough for us, but we never miss a Grand Prix.
Never miss a Grand Prix. We have to make that video like that. We will. Of course we do.
I'm going to take this moment to...
When did they race again?
No, actually, I'm going to wait till the race ends. Till we talk about the end of the race.
They're in
Imola.
Emilia Romagna in 2 weeks.
Imola.
No. Formula 1 MSC Cruises Grand Premio del Made in Italy dell'Emilia Romagna 2024.
Otherwise known as Imola.
Can we have some candy?
I don't think they're candy.
It's candy.
For sure.
Nope. But I think so.
If you touch...
Listen! Oh.
I don't think they're candy.
I think they're candy.
Okay, you're going to put it in your mouth and taste test. No. I want to watch.
Sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry. I'm not touching it. I think it's candy. It's candy.
It is candy?
Well, yeah.
It did crack when you... Okay.
It's chocolate.
Wait. This was sitting here? Oh, yeah. Okay. We're not allowed to have any more of those.
It's just one each.
I know. Pretty good, but...
What if it wasn't candy?
The audacity of Pato O'Ward.
Bro, we haven't talked about David.
Oh my God. Okay, we can't. Okay, hold on. Put a pin in it because I need some raw emotion for that too. The audacity of Pato O'Ward to have his signature just Pato.
Well, that's who he is. He is just Pato. I respect it.
Just
Pato.
Do
you know any other Pato?
No.
I know like 8 other Alexes.
I know, but like that's hilarious. Like that's objectively hilarious.
I feel like Lando does that too.
Lando could. Makes sense. They are different variants of the same human. Shout out Loki. Okay. Let's finish up this race. We got lots to talk about.
I know. Oh my God, I didn't even think about David. Like I didn't even think about the fact that we haven't talked about it yet.
Okay, let's wrap up Miami.
Okay.
Celebrity sightings.
Camila Cabello.
Theo James.
Theo James was there. He looked so good.
Oh
my God, he looked so good.
He was the first one on my mind.
My God.
Your turn.
Literally, I don't know.
Callie sent us 2 today.
Zayn fucking Malik was in the paddock. Are you kidding me?
Put a pin in that too. There's 2 pins. Remember that. Okay.
Travis was there.
Yeah, Travis.
I don't know.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Of course she was there, yeah. Morgs.
Lissy was there.
Lissy was there. She was there with F1 Academy. And then stayed for F1, obviously.
There were so many celebrities. But
I know I'm blanking. But they didn't do the driver intro.
Okay, I was going to ask
right?
you because I was at work.
I didn't watch. I fell asleep. Like, I woke up just 30 minutes before the race started, or 20 minutes before the race started, and there wasn't a driver intro. It was just, like, the grid stuff. So if there was a driver intro and we missed it then, if there was. But I would have seen something on social media.
There was so much shit last year. I really doubt that they did it this year.
I don't think they did.
Yeah.
I think it was normal. So many of our friends were there.
Yes. Oh, shout out Neha.
Oh my god.
Like, she's just killing it right now.
She's a ESPN creator.
Yeah.
Like on the creator team. I don't actually know what the title is, but so she had the chance to interview a bunch of drivers, and like
Lando was one of them.
I know. And she posted a picture of them and I was like, oh my god, you're the good luck charm. You gotta be at every race.
I literally texted her, I commented on her picture. I'm like, we don't make the rules. You have to go to every race now. She has to.
She kept sending me photos of Lance, and Lance just looks like he hates his life, but whatever, it's fine.
Does he ever look happy?
No, probably not. Bro, he's getting so much hate right now. So much. And it's just like nonstop and I feel bad, but
you know what? You know what would make people not like hate him online a lot?
If he just did media?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Let me just call Lance up and tell him.
Let's just call him up. We're off the rails.
Just call Lance up. So thanks, Naya, for sending me those photos of Lance. I love him. But she's so cool. She's got the coolest life.
Just the coolest.
She's so professional and she's so well spoken.
Yeah, did you watch her video about Lewis's car?
Yes.
Very good. Like she's just so good.
Props to her. So she was living her best life. Callie, who we've had on the podcast before, was there. She's obviously, we just relied on her for all the content. She sent us videos of Lando finishing, like crossing the line. Yeah. When the commentators were like, Lando Norris wins the Miami Grand Prix.
Is this going to be like a new...
I wanted to cry.
I also cried. But is this going to be like a new iconic race?
Like audio?
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be.
It has to be.
It has to be.
It's Friday then. I could just hear it already. Like someone's going to put it together.
It has to be. Someone please do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, I'm just like patiently waiting. I know the race just ended for Sophie to put out a graphic of Lando's first race win.
Oh my gosh.
She loves Lando. She's like Lando's biggest fan.
fan.
And obviously she's the most talented artist in the world. So, Sophie, we're waiting.
We're waiting on you. Thank you so much.
We can't wait.
And it was just so nice to see like all the drivers congratulating him after the race. Like Lewis, during the cool down lap, Lewis was like applauding him. Yeah. Max, Carlos, Danny, Rick afterwards, they all went up and gave him a hug. Like, yeah. I will say it was so heartwarming. I am not a Zach Brown fan, but that hug between Lando and Zach at the end, because Lando's parents were not at this race. None of his family was, but that hug between him and Zach at the end of the race, I was like, this is so emotional. Right?
Full.
Not the word.
It's emotional.
It's emotional. It definitely made me emotional.
Full of emotion.
I was just so happy for the team.
Yeah.
Like everyone that's been working with Lando for so many years, and for like
we all knew it was coming.
I know. And so it's so he deserves this.
And I remember last year we put out a clip that it was me talking. I was like, we always hear it. We always say the same thing. Lando's day is going to come. Lando's day is going to come. And like, he's probably sitting there like, okay, but when the fuck is it going to be my day? Like, I'm ready.
Today. And then on the radio, he was just screaming. He was like, we did it. Like, he's like, I love you guys. Like, he was so just overcome with emotions.
Yeah.
And just when
and we all were too.
Yeah. And on the podium, when everyone was basically waterboarding him.
Yes.
With their fucking
champagne. Yeah. He was like,
I can't see
his eyes the entire time.
And then
he didn't touch his champagne. Yes. Okay.
He did touch his champagne.
He did not while Max and Charles were spraying
because he couldn't.
No, because he was saving it for his P1 champagne smash, which went down without a hitch.
I know.
It was awesome.
He's
perfect. Had some difficulties with the champagne smash.
Nope, it was perfect. It was great.
It was perfect. He did almost break his own trophy.
Almost, because he threw it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I'm stressed.
But it's his own.
Okay, the episode isn't over yet, but
you know what?
Were you gonna pick some up?
You said you made a pit stop, and I was like, she's getting champagne.
Of course I'm getting champagne. I don't even know if I can open this. Maybe we should wait till the end of the episode, or maybe we can do it now. I don't even know how to do this. Oh no, it's not, because it's
a twist off. So that's
twist off. We could shake it.
It's gonna go everywhere if you shake it.
Well, I'll clean up. Okay. It's my house. Oh, I didn't go.
Oh!
It did, in fact, go everywhere. That's for you, Lando. Did you open yours yet?
No.
Shake it.
Do you want me to?
Do it!
I don't want to get it all over the place.
I will clean up. Oh, well, she's fucking... I didn't do it like that. Now you know how Lando feels. It's all over your hat too. I'm sorry.
You guys, look how much is left in the bottle.
That was so good. I will go get you a towel. I will clean up. She's not home. I will clean up. Let me get... I'm very impressed it didn't get on like the equipment though. I don't know how we avoided that. And I almost died just now.
If you were listening on Spotify, about 3 minutes ago, you should have paused it and open YouTube.
And go to YouTube, please. This is stupid.
Is there actually champagne on my hat?
A little bit, yeah.
So funny. I don't care if that's hilarious.
So good. Yeah. So good. Lando, that was for you. Congratulations, Lando Norris. It is actually on your mic a little bit.
My mind.
It's okay. Not the end of the world. Our studio is now going to smell like champagne for the next few days, probably, and that's okay.
We should open the window when we leave.
Yeah, probably. We're so proud of you, Lando. Way to go. And this is like a really, really hard segue to talk about like something else happening at McLaren, Arrow McLaren specifically.
Yeah.
David Malukas has been released from Arrow McLaren.
Which happened a mere
Monday.
8 hours after we talked about it.
So I actually cut it from the episode.
Yeah, I figured as much.
We talked about how there were rumors going around the paddock of David being let go or David being replaced, and we were like, not going to happen. We don't believe that will happen. Literally that next morning it was announced, and we're heartbroken. Yeah. And again, I can't speak on behalf of Hannah, but
Track Talk moms too are also heartbroken.
Track Talk is
Track Talk moms as well.
What's Track Talk moms? Oh, my mom?
Your mother and Boston's mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're huge Arrow McLaren fans.
Yeah.
Like, we still love that team. We're rooting for that team. Like, we've just the people on that team we've just had such good and created such good relationships with. And it's so hard because David is someone that we started to talk to before it was kind of interact with before he was signed to Arrow McLaren. So he's always been someone that we're rooting for as well.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us. Like, this is why we've kind of stayed silent on it, because we're like, we don't really know what to say. Like, we're always gonna be rooting for David. We want to see it, like, his comeback. We want to see his comeback, but like, I get it.
I get it too. I know. And it's so hard to put personal feelings and like business feelings kind of like in the same.
Sorry, I wanted to see if there was champagne up there.
No, yeah, we're good. In the same like conversation, because personally we're heartbroken.
Yeah.
And professionally, like, we see it from a business standpoint. IndyCar runs almost exclusively on sponsors. They needed more sponsors at the 6 car.
Yeah.
We don't know who's going to take the seat, but they need, and it's not just an Arrow McLaren decision. They have partners that they have to keep happy.
And if the partners are like, why do you have a different driver in their every race? Like, they're going to pull their funding.
Yes. And so they needed to make a decision. And then it's really unfortunate because we don't, like, I think people were under the impression that David was going to be able to be healed sooner than he was, but everybody's different. So it's just, you never really know with these things. And with the month of May coming up, that I think is the kicker, is the Sancio Grand Prix is next weekend. And then it's the Indy 500 at the end of the month. And the month of May just in IndyCar is huge. And if you, like, there's no way that they could have put him in for either of those races because it would have been too much on an injury. And then at the 500, you want to give yourself the best chance to win. It wouldn't have been David just because he would have been coming back from an injury. Mentally, he hasn't been in the car for months now. Yeah. So it would have been tough. They wanted to give themselves the best opportunity to win. We still don't know who's going to be in the car. Well,
there's been people that have put together like a potential schedule, and Teo, that's his name, Teo and Callum could essentially alternate.
Yes.
It does work out.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know if they're going to do that, but they could.
Yeah.
And people, it's speculation. Again, we don't know if it's true. Like, none of us know what happens in the room where these decisions are made. But apparently there was a clause in David's contract where if you miss 4 races, you can't miss 4 races, is what it was. So they could let him go.
Yes, they could let him go. So it's like an exit clause. Like, you miss.
And unfortunately, I guess thermal counted as a race, which I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But mind you, he probably will not even be back for the Sancio. He probably would not have even been back. He
just got his cast off like a few days ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's so hard. And like, I want to see him in the car so bad. I think, I'm gonna knock on wood, I think he is gonna make an appearance at Dale Coyne. I don't know.
I could see it.
That was where he was last year.
That's where he was previously. His dad's motorsport brand is HMD Sports, if you're unaware. And HMD has always had a really good relationship with Dale Coyne Racing. Mm-hmm. Nolan Siegel, who's half time in the car at Dale Coyne, also races with HMD.
And the other driver that was with Dale Coyne, they've let him go, I'm pretty sure.
So they never actually had, this is what I learned last night when I was talking to Sarah, they never actually had a second driver at Dale Coyne this year.
It's always just Jack Harvey and someone else.
So Colin Braun was in the seat for a couple races at the start of the year, but they were just doing kind of what Arrow was doing with Callum and with Teo. It was just like, we need to fill this seat right now. Colin's going to race for us. And that's why Nolan wasn't supposed to race at
Long Beach.
Yeah, because he raced in Union Barber. Was not supposed to race at Long Beach, and he did because they just decided that no one was the person that they were going to put in the car for that weekend.
So I think if they still have that opening by the time David is fully healed and ready to go, makes sense for him to go there if he still can.
Right.
I think David obviously wants to do everything he can to get back in the car. Yeah. I don't see this being like a retirement for him.
No,
he's not done.
No, and IndyCar's not done with him either. Like they know he was signed to Arrow McLaren for a reason. He had such a promising year last year in the Dale Coyne 18 car, and that's just going to continue on for him. Yep. The comeback's gonna be greater than the setback. Never back down, never what.
Back down, never what.
He would respond.
Sorry, I didn't think about that for a second.
And as much as we know that a lot of our audience is absolutely heartbroken because we just love David and we want to root for him so hard. Like,
these things happen in motorsports.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's a business deal, and it's so unfortunate. But this is not the end of David in IndyCar. No. Like, there's no way. This will be another really weird segue. So sorry about it. But so
why are you holding your mic like that?
I don't know. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something useful. So Zayn Malik was in the pack this weekend.
I'm in love with this man. Are you gonna talk about August Moon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in love. I'm in love.
Can you explain what August Moon is?
Yes.
To the people that may not know.
Okay. This might be a bit problematic because I know that the book itself is problematic, but like, I'm not.
Is it? I haven't read it.
I haven't read it either because back it up, Hannah. There was a fan fiction written years and years and years ago in the One Direction glory days called The Idea of You on Wattpad.
So it was 100% of fan fiction?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know.
1000%.
I love that.
It was then made into a novel, romance novel, and recently has been put out as a major motion picture on Prime Video. Anne Hathaway.
Oh my God, his name is Hayes, like Harry. I didn't even think about that.
But they never, yes. So when the original fan fiction was written, it was written with like Harry.
Yeah.
But then when the book was made, they changed it to Hayes. So yes.
So with that H name, Harden, Hayes.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta get creative.
I know. So Anna Hathaway stars in it, and then Nicholas Galitzine, who,
bro, he's so fine.
Yeah.
Sorry. Have you seen Purple Hearts?
Okay, yeah. So if you're like, who is this? I don't know who he is. He has been in Purple Hearts, Red, White, and Royal Blue, and another one that you might know is the Camila Cabello Cinderella movie.
Oh, was he in that?
Yeah.
I hated that. I know it was a jukebox musical or whatever, but I literally cannot stand that movie. It made me want to rip my eyes out.
Okay, so
but he's very handsome.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this movie comes out on the weekend. She loves Formula One, Michaela.
Yeah.
Like the most excited person for this movie. I was right up there with her. Like I just was like,
you were so excited.
I didn't read the fanfic because I'm Niall girly. So like a Harry Styles fanfic didn't really appeal to me. Did I read Niall fanfics? Yes. Did any of those ever turn into a book? No, it's Niall Horan.
That's so sad. I never thought about that.
No, it's Harry Styles. He's the star, right?
It was a Zayn girly. I still read Harry Styles fanfics though because they were good.
I just no.
I read after when it was on Wattpad, and I had to wait for
chapters to come out. Yeah,
I was that fan.
Yeah, like After is another one that they made literally 5 movies about, which is also based on a Harry Styles fanfic. Which I'm like, okay, this one blows it out of the water.
Oh my god, it is so good.
It is so good,
and it's literally One Direction.
Thank you for vindicating me, because I told like 4 different people to watch it last night. They all did. They all hated it. I'm like, what did you expect? Did you expect it to be like groundbreaking?
No, it is. It's a fan fiction,
right?
Like,
I prefaced it with that. Like, you shouldn't have had high expectations. I prefaced it with, this is a fan fiction.
And it's, you know what? The concert scenes, it's just so One Direction, and it has made me want to like rewatch This Is Us, and like
I started watching the video diaries.
Literally, oh my god,
the X Factor video diaries. Okay, so you are listening to 2 girls who were major directioners. Like huge.
And you know what? There's a strong correlation between F1 girlies and directioners. Like, we've been over this. I saw someone mention this. There's one of the reasons why directioners are now F1 girlies is because there's so much lore, and there's so much that we can pull from, so much that there's, like, you never run out of things to talk about.
Yes, 100%. Same, yes.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
So the quick gist of the movie is, it's a mom takes her daughter to Coachella. The front man of the band, August Moon, falls in love with the mom. It's a will they, won't they type deal. It's so good. I highly recommend.
The band embodied One Direction.
They are going to be my top listened to artists on Spotify Wrapped this year.
Probably.
I love August Moon.
It's so poppy, but it's so nostalgic. But do you know what I mean?
So here's what I learned today. The man who wrote the songs for August Moon literally wrote and produced the entire first One Direction album. Oh. So now I'm thinking, were these supposed to be One Direction songs?
Yes, probably.
Like they were.
What if they were? Oh my god.
And as of right now, at this point in our lives, people are, thank you to the 3 listeners that are still around. We love you.
We've graduated from Torch Approach Department to August Moon.
Yeah, that's okay. We need to add a little bit more of ourselves to these, because we talk about Lance not doing media, and we're like, we don't do personal stuff. Anyways, this is personal, but I'm gonna relate it back to motorsports. I said put a pin in it. Okay, so
Zane.
Yeah. So, anyways, August Moon, so good. I don't remember where I was in that because I got distracted. But okay. So listen to it. Listen to the album.
Watch the movie.
There's actually a music video too
There is.
For
I don't know which song.
Oh my god, it's been on repeat. What the heck? Guard Down.
That's it. We were both listening to it as we pulled up here.
Yes, true story. We were both listening to it. Nicholas Galtzine is the new love of my life. He's on my crush tracker this week.
Totally fair. Just him.
Yeah. Lando.
Yeah.
Those 2. But my question to you is, we've kind of talked about it.
Okay.
They don't have to be British. If you were to create a boy band, 5 members from F1, go.
Lando.
Okay.
This is so hard. Okay, Lando. I can't believe I'm saying this, but like Logan just comes to mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Logan is giving Lando. Logan is giving Niall. I always get them mixed up.
She does. It's very weird.
Logan, Lando. I'm gonna go with. I want to say Danny, but Danny's almost like he's in his 30s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like
it's fine. Personality wise, he has to be there. I'm trying to go with like all the boy band tropes. So we're gonna throw Lewis in there. So we have Logan, Lewis, Danny, Lando, and then Charles.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
So mine is similar. It is Charles.
You've thought about this. You thought about it in the car ride over.
I did. It's Charles, Lando, George Russell.
Oh, fuck. He's such boy band energy, but...
Alex Albon.
Oh, I forgot about him too.
And Oscar Piastri, because you always need the one that kind of doesn't want to be there. Zayn kind of never really wanted to be there.
I would say Lance, but Lance would just quit the boy band after day 1.
No, Lance would go solo after his first.
But he would fail as a solo artist.
Yeah, 100%.
Is Carlos? Carlos isn't in your band, is he?
Carlos.
See, this is hard.
Okay, you know what? I think
Can I put Liam Lawson in the band? Does he count?
Yeah, you can put Liam. You can put anyone you want in the band.
I can't do this. This is so hard.
I'm gonna remove Oscar and put Carlos in, because Carlos would be a really good. Yeah, because Carlos would wreak havoc on the band, you always need that person.
I think that'd be Lando.
Well, they're one and the same.
They are. So no, I gotta keep Logan. I'm keeping Lewis, Charles, Lando. Who's my other one?
Oh, you said Danny Rick.
I did say Danny Rick. I want to replace. Oh, I want to replace Danny Rick with Liam Lawson.
Clip it now, people. Clip it now.
That's my boy band. I didn't plan for that, but you know what I mean? Are you choosing me? Thanks.
I wasn't, but I can. Okay, so this is like so not a paid ad. I wish it was. Watch the movie.
Watch the movie.
Tell me what you think of the songs. I cannot stop listening to them.
Tell us what car you think we drive.
Tell us what car you think we drive. And tell us who your boy band is.
Yeah.
We want to know.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to come back with an IndyCar version of that when we do our next Indy episode.
Okay.
So
I already have my front runner. But okay. I think that's it.
I think it's it.
There. Congratulations, Lando, again. You did it.
And his post at the end made me laugh because, like, after
you could tell he just typed it so
yeah,
fast.
but that's how you type.
Hey, well, no, listen,
because you're just perpetually in a rush. So that's
all the time.
I think that we should name our episode though. Lando Norris freaking did it. Okay,
I agree.
Okay,
that's
cool.
a good one.
Okay, great.
This was a recap of Lando's best day ever.
We are Track Talk.
Good ciao for now.